Hey everyone, Dante here with the Raging Geek, and today I have They Live, John Nada. This is by NECA. I happened to see this at Target. This went for $32.99. I was really surprised. I mean, this is the most I paid for a NECA action figure. For good reasons. I mean, it has an extra head. You know, it's got a lot of cloth details with John Nada's attire here. You know, so he has his jeans, his flannel shirt, a harness. It has his shotgun, a changeable head where, you know, it's one with the sunglasses, one without. It has a pistol. So, very obscure and not readily available on the shelves, I want to say. This I might have seen once before in passing, and you know, I didn't really think too much of it. You know, NECA comes out with lots of movie figures. You know, I figured, hey, you know, maybe I change my mind sometime down the road. You know, I'll just pick it up then, like, you know, the numerous Friday the 13th figures they have out there, King Kong, Nightmare on Elm Street, things like that. Saw this, it came and it went, and I never saw it again. I saw this last week. I picked it up. I didn't hesitate. They do have two other figures which I've never seen, and they're really rare. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, and you know, from my local area, they have Frank, which I haven't seen anywhere, and they have two of the aliens with a Obey, I want to say, accessory. It's like a TV with an Obey sign on it. I've never seen it. So $32.99 at Target. As far as John Nada is concerned, he's readily available on Amazon or eBay. You probably get him for about $50. So not too bad. The other two figures, you know, you're probably looking at a hefty premium. So back to the figure. They Live, great movie from the 80s. One of my personal favorites. Everyone knows the bank scene. I've come here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. Says it all for the whole movie right there. Let's open this figure up, take a closer look. This is John Nada, unemployed construction worker. Okay, so let's take a look. So these are the two heads you have. One with the shades, one without the shades. I have to tell you, this is probably the stiffest action figure I've ever had the pleasure of working with here. I mean, it's pretty much like a Ken doll, but really stiff. So I'm going to give you a pro tip here. So to get this pose for the shotgun, you need to take both the hands off the action figure and then position them the way you like on the shotgun. Then once they're on the shotgun, then put it on, you know, attach the hands to the action figure, because there's no way you're going to get these hands on that shotgun without removing the hands from the figure. If you try to do it with the hands on the action figure, you're going to either break the hands or you're just never going to get it to get on. I mean, this figure is just so stiff, and it's really not the easiest figure to accessorize or, you know, manipulate the limbs or anything like that. You know, the head, it moves pretty easy. You know, it goes slightly up and down. It goes left to right. It's when you get to the legs and arms, I mean, it's extremely stiff. And the hands, it's really nerve-wracking, especially, you know, you don't want to break the hands. They're really stiff, and, you know, actually just sliding the hand down the barrel here, you know, it kind of chafed the paint on the barrel here. So yeah, I mean, it's just really, it wasn't a well thought out, or it just wasn't, you know, it wasn't a good mold. I mean, because everything is very difficult to pose. You know, after I pose it like this, I doubt I will pose it in any other way. He also has the pistol. I just placed the pistol in his belt strap like that. I guess you could, if you wanted to, you could put the pistol in one of his hands. You know, really for the most part, I mean, he's really more iconic with the shotgun. So, you know, the pistol is more like a kind of like a background accessory. You know, and even the even just the face without the shades. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, you could do like the scene where he was in the construction site. You know, you could probably take the shirt off and the harness, and you could put the, you know, his head without the shades on, and then you could do like a scene like that where he's kind of like shirtless. But also another thing to think about. So his hands, all the removable parts, they're not shaded appropriately to the rest of the body, so they look really pasty. So he almost looks like, you know, he's got like a real bad makeup job. So if you look real close, look at that. I mean, it's like his face is like super pasty, and the body is just like, you kind of just stuck it on a Ken doll. But yeah, I mean, it's just a total mismatch in color tone there. So just to give you a full view of the doll. So yeah, I mean, his ankles move. You know, you get some mobility with the ankles. You know, they go up and down slightly. You know, you get some lateral motion here. As far as the knees go, I mean, it's just pretty much forward and back. The thighs do rotate. So that, you know, they rotate. You know, you get about, I want to say like 45 degrees in each direction. His waist moves slightly left, right, and forward and back. It's just, overall, it's just really stiff. I mean, this whole figure is like super stiff. You don't need a NECA stand for this, and I actually have one here. He will stand on his own, but you know, if you get the NECA stand, he does stand perfectly on the NECA stand. So these are the NECA stands. They're readily available at Target. You know, if you want to get one, you can get one. But he will stand on his own if you, you know, if you want to make him kind of seamless, where, you know, there's no stand and it's more realistic. He will stand on his own here. So he's got a belt. You know, for the most part, you know, all the clothes are, you know, removable. If you wanted to customize, you know, I wouldn't doubt you could probably put anything, any type of clothing you wanted on this doll action figure. But you know, it's pretty, like I said, I mean, it's pretty much like a Ken doll. So I would imagine most of the accessories from, you know, the Barbie toy line, or, you know, with Ken, probably could fit this in some way, maybe with some minor alteration. But I mean, the detail is really good. I mean, if you're doing photo shots of this, I mean, I see the potential. As an action figure, I mean, it's really not the most play friendly. You know, like I said, it's ultra stiff. $32.99 at your local Target if you can find it. You know, I don't really see any place else where you're going to find this. Maybe at a comic book store somewhere that has NECA products. But other than that, you know, Target is probably going to be your best bet. You're going to have to hunt around for it. Or a local comic or hobby shop that sells NECA action figures. But if you're a They Live fan, I mean, this is like the creme de la creme of figures here. I mean, they pretty much, they don't have any, you know, there's nothing else out there aside from this. I mean, it is a great likeness. And, you know, for the most part, I mean, I only really see this as a pose and display type of figure. You know, photos and displaying in your personal collection. I mean, you're not really going to do much else with it. As far as posing, though, you know, you're gonna face challenges. I mean, it's not the easiest figure to pose. So if you really like They Live, $32.99, not too far of a stretch. If you can find the other figures, hey, even better. I would try to get the other figures if you can find them. I don't even think I've ever seen them in passing. I might have seen the aliens once, but that could just be me with, you know, wishful thinking. But They Live, John Nada, $32.99 at Target. Great figure. Pick it up if you can find it. I'm real happy with it. You know, like I said, I'm just gonna pose it and put it somewhere to display. I mean, I wouldn't advise removing the shotgun and repositioning it too much. I mean, I don't know how much these hands are gonna hold up. I tell you, when I was just trying to position the hands on the shotgun, the paint on these hands here, they were like flaking off. you know, the paint was literally flaking off these hands as I, you know, try to position them on the shotgun. So, you know, I don't know how durable these hands are. You know, try to find a pose you like, and I would just leave it like that, and you know, you'll be happy with it. I mean, come on, how much, you know, how many poses do you want to do with this figure other than this? I have come here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. Thanks for watching. This was the Raging Geek. Come again soon. Hope you enjoyed this video. Take care.
Raging Geek, Retro, all things geek, where geeks can be geeks. Raging Geek, Retro, all things geek, where geeks can be geeks.